With the NBA trade deadline just 1 week away and clearly major questions swirling in Milwaukee, it's the perfect time to bring in our teammate who always has the latest. Joining us now in studio for the first time, the Ringer's Zach Lowe. Zach, it's officially Giannis watch after multiple reports say the Bucks are now open to listening to trade offers for their superstar. What changed and where do things currently stand?
What changed? I guess Giannis and his people made it a little more clear what they might want, and the Bucks maybe had a reality check, and maybe everyone had to have a reality check. No one has to be the bad guy here. Giannis, you won a championship, the first one in 50 years. Bucks, you did everything you could to make this a championship team around Giannis. You swung big and you hit many times and you chased titles, and this is just the life cycle of a team. And maybe now is the time for an aging superstar, a 30-plus superstar, to move on. And this is where we are. As far as what's going on now, sources around the league have been telling me for the last 48 hours I've been on the phones, the Bucks are just in digest mode. They're not even really being proactive. They're just waiting for teams to show them on a platter, here's what we're willing to offer you for Giannis. And teams are trying to figure out, are they listening? Are they going to come back to us and really start negotiating? Or is this something that's actually going to come in the offseason when you guys mentioned that contract extension is going to be offered to him, and then more teams might join the fray, more teams have more picks to trade. But that's where we are right now with a week to go.
Okay, let's stick right there because we've heard a lot of teams and scenarios floated already. Help us separate the noise from reality. What makes a Giannis trade so complicated, and what possibilities are actually realistic?
Well, if you're the Bucks, you're trading at worst the third best player in the NBA. If you can't get your own picks back, which is goal A, what you want is a ton of young players and a ton of draft picks. And it just so happens some of the teams who can offer you that, maybe the Spurs, maybe the Rockets, maybe the Thunder, are right now, but like, we kind of like where our teams are. We might sit this one out, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs. And then you have teams on the other side, like the Brooklyn Nets, who have all that stuff, but are they really ready to make a splash of that magnitude? Or the Hawks, who you saw in that graphic, have a Bucks pick, have Jalen Johnson. They're under 500. Are they really going to trade their best stuff when they have Milwaukee's pick? And if Milwaukee's bad, guess what? That's good for us, the Hawks. Then you have some of the more realistic teams, like the Knicks, have been Giannis's rumored preferred destination for a while. The Wolves are trying to get in on this. Well, those teams traded all their draft picks for Mikal Bridges and Rudy Gobert. Is there a roadmap for either of them? I'm sure they're both trying. I'm not sure there is. And that brings us to the sweet spot teams right in the middle. The Warriors, desperate to give Steph a second chance, a third chance, a twilight to contend. Do they have enough with their 3+1 picks that they can offer and some of their young players? The Miami Heat, they've got a couple of picks to trade. They'll have more in the summer. They've got some young players. They've got Tyler Hero. Then you got your wild card teams. Like, you can't count out a team like the Raptors, who has all their picks, all their swaps, some young guys like Colin Murray-Boyles and RJ Barrett. There's just a whole lot of scenarios on the table. I got to check my notes to make sure I didn't miss anybody. The whole league is waiting on this, and they're waiting on, is it something that happens this deadline, or the Bucks can just say, if you don't bring us what we really, really want, he's under contract next year. We can just keep him in the summer, roll this back. Maybe the Spurs lose in the first round and get desperate. Maybe the Rockets lose in the first round. Who knows what happens in the offseason?